YouTube, it's Heidi and I am back with another video. This is going to be the very first episode of my series called Reader Perks and Problems. I have a lot of great things to share with you that go along with being a reader, but then of course there's also the problems, and some of these problems are not exactly bad. They're good problems to have, but they're still problems. So let's do Reader Perks and Problems. This is the Author's Edition. Being a reader, you find that you like to experience many different authors, but then you find the ones that you absolutely love and you have to have all of their books. And for me, that is Randy Wayne White. And I know I've talked about him a couple times before. I know my sister and I talked about it in our spring break book tag. And Randy is just amazing. I have met him probably 7, 8, 9 times. I've lost count. I try to meet him every time he's in Minneapolis. He does a book signing for his book that he releases once a year. I have been to his restaurant on Sanibel Island, Captiva Island, Fort Myers. It's my favorite restaurant to go to when I'm down in Florida, and I just absolutely love him. I own all of his fiction books. I have his cookbook, and I'm currently borrowing one of his nonfiction books from my sister, but I have a full shelf of Randy's books on the bookshelf behind the computer. So this right here is my Randy Wayne White shelf. And it's all of his fictional books, his Doc Ford series. I have his Randy Stryker series, and then I also have his Hannah Smith series. As you can see up on the top right there is the Randy Wayne cookbook. He gets the top shelf all to himself. Next, when it comes to authors, you get to meet a lot of really cool authors if you are involved in social media, doing different read-alongs and following pages on Facebook. And lately, I've met a lot of wonderful independent authors, or they call themselves indie authors. And let me talk about 3 of them here. The first one is Martina McAtee, or McAtee. I actually seriously don't even know how to say her last name, which is awful of me because her and I have been talking for quite a long time, and we even did a read-along together. So Martina, I just have to publicly apologize because I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Martina wrote the book Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, and she is currently writing the second book in this series called Dark Dreams and Dead Things, and I'll put that cover right here. I love Martina. She is a registered nurse by trade, and she has a brilliant mind that makes for really good reading. I highly recommend you pick up some of her books. The next author I met is Raye Wagner, and she wrote the book Curse of the Sphinx, and the second in the series, Demigods and Monsters. Raye was hosting a book release party on Facebook for Demigods and Monsters, and she's also a good friend of Martina's. And I ended up talking to her. I bought both of her books on Amazon. She said, "Oh, I should send you a signed bookplate you can put in your books." And I was like, "Oh, that is so sweet of her to think that." And so I gave her my address, and then all of a sudden one day, this huge package shows up from her, and it didn't have signed bookplates. It had a copy of Curse of the Sphinx actually signed to me right here. It says, "Heidi, may your life be filled with the best of fantasy. Warm regards, Raye." And that is so sweet. So then I took the book that I bought from Amazon, put it in my school classroom library, so now my kids get a chance to read this too. In the package, she also sent me like a ton of bookmarks that go with Curse of the Sphinx, which is so cool because I can give these out to my students, and I can promote her book and her writing. And I'm just really excited to give these to my student. Raye also included in the package this bag of pins that promote her second book, Demigods and Monsters. And the pins are, like, one says monster, another says demigod in black with the blue writing, and then another demigod one, blue with black writing. And I can give those to my students. Ooh, I dropped one. And I can give those to my students too. So Raye, thank you so much for that book package. I am beyond grateful. My students are going to love these, and I really appreciate you sending all that. The next author that I met is an Irish author, actually, which is kind of exciting because I am Irish, and his name is CJ Rutherford. He is also a friend of Martina's on Facebook, and I just got to talking to him about his books, and he has the Origin series. I'm not sure if that's actually the title of his series, but I will make sure to link the Amazon link to his books down below. He ended up sending me e-copies of his books for free so I could give him an honest review, and I'm currently in the middle of reading them right now. I have seen his books top the charts on Amazon multiple weeks in a row. People are loving his books, and so I highly recommend you checking him out as well. So those were the perks of the authors. Here are the problems. The first problem is that sometimes you run out of space on the shelf for books, like you saw my Randy Wayne White shelf. He's going to write more books. I need more space, but I can't devote another whole bookshelf to him because I have a million other books. As you can see here, I am like literally out of space. These are sitting on a box and not on a bookshelf. And there's just no room in my house for books anymore. The second problem is that people don't read enough independent authors. It's not easy to become a published author, and so many have to do it on their own at first. They have to be a self-publisher before any publishing company will pick them up. They have to pay for all the paperback books, if they want to do a paperback book, ahead of time and then just hope that they sell. They have to promote their book by giving away copies of their books. They have to give away swag, just like I showed the bookmarks and the pins. They try to promote their books as much as they can, but they're spending a ton of their own money to do that. And so that's a problem that I'm hoping to help remedy. It's obviously not going to be fixed, and I alone can't do it. But if we can just start talking about more independent authors and supporting them, I think that's something that the book community should definitely do. That is my first episode of Reader Perks and Problems. Let me know down below in the comments what you thought of it. Do you want to see more of these? I have an idea about bookshelves and book libraries that I want to do for Reader Perks and Problems, and that could include a tour of not only my own bookshelves at my house, but also the bookshelves that I have at school in my classroom library. If you want to see something like that, please let me know down in the comments below. I will link all of the social media and links to Goodreads and links to Amazon for the books of the 3 authors that I talked about down below as well. Make sure to go check them out on social media. Like, subscribe, whatever you need to do on social media, add them as a friend and let them know that you dropped by to say hi because you saw my video. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll be back with another video soon. Bye, everyone.